Well, I think the volume of pages speaks volumes, really. That's a whole lot of detail. It's a whole lot of research. It takes a look into very comprehensive. It actually names people in there that should be the leaders that we've been calling out all this time. And for whatever reason, the community seems to disagree with us. Seems to think that they did whatever they could, not acknowledging the fact that they had a certain responsibility, a certain training that they should have exercised that day. And the training was not to sit back and watch people get executed, listen to the screams and the phone calls. So something like this basically illustrates that every second counts. You see this in the community, for whatever reason, continues to vote for the same individuals, knowing that if something like this were to happen again, you'd get the same exact response. I hope that there is. I hope that there's going to be something where, if the DA refuses to do her job, that maybe lawsuits, naming individual people, maybe that's one way to get to on the civil side. But I'm hoping that the DA can see this and that the community gets behind this and says, you got to take some kind of action and not just simply ignore it. I don't have a lot of confidence, to be honest with you, in the district attorney. Doesn't communicate, doesn't come out, issue statements or anything like that. It just seems like she's way in over her head. I don't think she's capable of actually exercising something like this. But you hope for the best, but the past will tell you, basically what your outcome's going to be. Someone besides the families, people that were directly impacted by it, survivors and victims alongside, it's nice to see that an independent person or organization like the DOJ can come out and reaffirm everything that we've been saying. But you have that missing link. The other missing link is who will read through it, right? Is it going to be the same people that have been involved in this, or is it going to be people that have already closed their minds and said, really nothing bad happened? They did the best they could. And that's what's disappointing. People go about their lives, they don't take the time to educate themselves and understand what happened to failures. It's not until it hits their house.
From what we've seen with this report, I commend the DOJ on doing this, is that although there isn't every name of the officers that were there so that we can hold them accountable, because we have to do our own digging most of the time, there are names that are named. And it is time, because our community is so divided because of this, because they don't want to believe that the people that they grew up with failed our children and they stand against us. I'm hoping that they read this and they see Johnny Phil's name, or Mariano Pargas, who is a county commissioner right now, or Constable Zamora, who is running for re-election. There are names in there, and the community needs to see this, and y'all need, because the DOJ stamp is on there, maybe y'all will start taking us seriously now, instead of telling us to move on, telling us to sweep it under the rug, and not doing a damn thing about it. We need our community. It's hard enough waking up every day and continuing to walk out on these streets and walk to an HEB or drive to an HEB and see a cop that was standing there while our babies were murdered and bleeding out. It's hard enough that this community doesn't care, and I hope this makes y'all. I also hope that this lights a fire up under the district attorney's ass, because we know that she has not done a damn thing, and we refuse to accept that. Do your job.